in the idea of in this idea of harm of sex per se, because for us it's almost like the more sex I have, or if I can get that girl or this girl, or if I sleep with this girl and that girl, the more it validates my masculinity to say, yeah, I'm not a man because I slept with this girl and slept with that girl. And so because our identity is deeply rooted in that idea of sex, is that we sometimes overlook a lot of things that are like, because I mean, like, to be honest, you're seeing guys who you're taking a risk on your life to go to jail because you just want that particular, and you do like all the stupid things because you want that particular girl. Even overlooking all the various signs to say no, you're not consent. This girl's not giving you consent and stuff like that. Because for you, when you get the girl and actually do the deed, you feel validated to say, and now that Jita, you understand?
So, because what's interesting is that you're bringing that up, and I've seen grown men that at times, just because of wanting to court that lady, I want to be with that one, act like little children who will do anything in their power to get whatever they can to sort of step on to get that candy in the candy jar. They will do whatever it takes. You know, whether it's throw a stone and break that bottle to just get the candy jar and in turn hurt themselves, or take a table or a chair and climb on and not knowing I might fall from this. And coming back to the notion of the Me Too, why is it that as men and amongst ourselves, we tend to see that Adriana is the perpetrator, and everybody knows the perpetrator. But nobody is against the perpetrator, but rather saying, what was she doing there? You know, it sort of shows that, no, okay, what he did, maybe he didn't ask consent, maybe he was entitled to a body because, gents, he bought, you know, he bought her something, or gents, he booked her into whatever hotel. Why is it that we as men can never call out and say, but who is the guilty one? You know, Adriano is guilty. Now we protect each other.
Just to add on what Tuli, before I touch to that one, because there will be a time where you find guys talking about, like you was talking about the ego. They will start talking about asking each other, okay, tell me your list. Your list refers now to the how many ladies you have slept with and things like that. And that touches a whole lot of heads a whole lot on a guy's ego. Because if you are in a group, let's say we are the four of us, and we are asking how many girls did you sleep with, and out of the four of us, I'm the only one with 3. Then you will start boasting, and I will be there like, oh, okay, so I need to up my game. So that's already the idea that goes to your mind that, okay, what I will do whatever it takes to increase my list. And also, the other day on the group, there was a conversation between the lady and the guy that states that the guy had been providing this lady with a whole lot of things that she needed. And then out of it, the guy felt like whenever I'm to ask sex, she has to give it to me because I have been providing this for her. And that the only thing that she can give me is sex. So that is how we feel entitled to ladies. Now to go to the question of
the perpetrator.
The perpetrator. Yes. So you know, when we are in the society, we already know the norms, right? We have created the norms already that, okay, men should do this and ladies should behave like this and this and this. And already traditionally we have created that thing that it's okay for men to be out, to be looking for ladies, and they are the only one to initiate also for sex. So when I perpetrate this, when a guy perpetrates that to, especially when you see a lady with a mini skirt, that's already a sign to a guy that, okay, so this is inviting. So whatever I can do, whatever I do now, it's because she is called for it. And the reason why we don't go to the perpetrator is that you are a lady, you are not supposed to be wearing like that in public for that matter. And if you even go to an extent to go to a bar or to a club, that is even worse because you are not expected to be there in the first place. And I think...
So what would a club be like with just a lot of guys?
And that also comes, it's a good question also, because when in that moment we only focus on the norm.
Yeah.
But however, we are the ones also that calls the ladies to the club.
Yeah.
So it's actually tricky also.
I mean, the club is supposed to be the place where you say, can I maybe have your number, and after this rowdy place, maybe have coffee next week? Not?
Yeah.
Okay. Malcolm, your take?
I think I'm going to say this quite frankly, and I think I'm going to ouch a few people.
Please do.
The reason why, personally, I think that men never call out each other as perpetrators is because subconsciously we are perpetrators. When you find your fellow bra has done something like this, and just like we said, most of the time we like to attribute it to the fact that why was she there? Why was she wearing there? Or why did she go there? She knows, obviously. And so it's because subconsciously, when an incident like that happens, you put yourself in that situation, and you say, but really, if I was in that situation, obviously I would do that also, because this is what it leads to. We protect each other because subconsciously we are perpetrators.
Yeah.
Either we have perpetrated before, habitually, that
or there's that one person that you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it stems from that. We need to break that barrier, because at the end of the day, it leads to men feeling that this and this is okay, without realizing the consequences. And 1, 2, 3, you go check, you're in jail, or this punitive consequence has been attached to you. But it's because you've been sitting around a table with men protecting each other, subconsciously protecting each other. So for me, that would be my take.
Yeah.
Tuli?
For me, there's two reasons which come to mind. Number one, as men, we generally have very toxic belief systems, especially about masculinity. Stuff like the bro code, to put it bluntly. Because if you look, sometimes it's stuff like the bro code, it's like it's there to protect us as guys against women per se.
Okay.
Not necessarily that it's there to protect us from doing stupid things. It's just there to protect us as guys from women per se. So sometimes you find like a toxic understanding, such as a guy, I'm not supposed to because I believe in the bro code. It means I'm not going to tell on my bro.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a lot of these examples on social media where the guy and the girl are standing together. So the girl tells the guy, call your friend and ask him where. Like the girl calls the friend, where are you at the moment?
Yeah.
The guy, the boyfriend is standing right there. The other guy will say, no, he's just asleep right now.
Yeah.
You understand? You understand?
Yeah.
Like he's protecting his
friend.
Yeah. That toxic understanding or that messed up understanding of what broken. Because I always tell my friends, look, listen, if you kill someone and you tell me, Tuli, I killed someone, but protect not tell the hell to them. Like just so you know from the beginning. Like I'm not that guy. And secondly, what's most interesting is that the second reason for me is that a lot of us as men were afraid to stand out and to be castrated out because of going against the flow.
Yeah.
Because the moment you go against, everybody believes as guys with a standing belief to say, guys, we don't tell on each other. And the moment you as a guy decide, yo, I'm not part of that. Like I don't want part of that.
Yeah.
The moment you say, yo, if you come to me and your girl asks me, where are you last night? And I know you're at a club with some other girl, I'll tell your girl, no, check. The moment you start doing that, then you get like you're not part of us.
Yeah.
You're not, like you get what's the word, castigated or whatever. Castrated
from the crew.
You know, you're not part of us.
Yeah.
You know? And I think most men are afraid of that. Not just most men are afraid of that, but also most men we don't have enough men who actually want to stand up for that. The truth.
Right. Other than that, you know, it brings me back to what Tangeni said, is that the more girls I sleep with, it doesn't matter what I do, I sort of get ranks as a general. That, oh, Adriana has been with so many women. You know, but in turn, are we okay to say Sandra, who's Tangeni's girlfriend, has slept with so many men, and she's the girl that objectify men in the same manner in which we as men do. She's the same girl that would go to the club and say, Fernand is the aunt that I'm hooking up with this guy. The next weekend she's there, another guy. Malcolm, you work with an organization that's quite pivotal when it comes to these social issues. From your end, just very short, what are the risks, especially in the Namibian concept, when it comes to the, you know, violation of women and there's no consent that's given? What have you seen on the forefront that is trending now?
Okay, I think in most of this, definitely, since we've frequently mentioned it, most of this has been attributed definitely to the Me Too movement. I think women now have grown, you know, a sense of awareness, you know, a sense of, you know, they sort of realize the power that they have when they are when they, you know, are found in situations like that. Normally, you would find that you know, it's just you just slid it under the rug, and you let it go. You suffer, you keep you're traumatized, and you move on. But now things have changed. There's definitely a drastic change in
Should men be more involved in this change as well?
And I think definitely, I think, in fact, I think us as men here, we are now involved. I think there should be more settings like this. But men definitely should get involved and realize that things are definitely taking a turn for the better.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, definitely I think that would be...
Gentlemen, we've almost come to the end of our program, but I'm going to ask you this very last question. What advice do you have for men that believe that her body is my right? I am entitled to her body. I own this body. I don't need consent when it comes to this body. Tangeni?
I would say, as much as you are an individual and you feel otherwise that you own that person, that second person also might have other own understanding or belief that there are certain things that I need to do. I mean, I'm expecting from you, and you are not doing them. That doesn't mean that it doesn't give you the right to do whatever you want to do to me, or doesn't give me the right to do whatever I want to do to you. So I think we need to understand. We need to understand each other before anything else. But however, the first thing that we need to understand is that is us men need to understand ourselves, and we need to be truthful to ourselves, to kill that egoness in us that, and that is the only thing that is preventing us to come out and to do the right thing. Yes.
Thank you for that.
Okay. Is it possible for me maybe to add on
Go ahead. Last words from you, and also to men that are the perpetrators of, you know, thinking that her body is my right and I tend to own this.
I think first before, and I think it's a bit off topic, but it should be said, especially when folks bring in, you know, the aspect of religion and whatever into situations of the LGBTQ and even abortion issues. We should be cognizant of the fact that first of all, Namibia is a secular state, which means we don't ascribe to any you know, Christian religion in affairs of the state. And also we should realize that when laws are made, they are not made based off ethical situations or what is morally right or other. It's based off what the society deems, you know, of value, of necessity, or what is wrong and right at that particular point. So I think I would want to leave it at that society dictates what is law at that particular point in time. So we should definitely, you know, be dissuaded from, you know, bringing in issues of religion when it comes to, you know, rights of fellow individuals and so on. To answer your question, Adriano, about perpetrators. I think I would want to keep it short and simple. I'll just say to the perpetrators, don't do it. It will end in tears. You know, so as someone who studies law, I'm a legal scholar at the University of Namibia. We read about rape cases, we read about harassment, sexual harassment, indecent assault, all those cases, and in most times it always ends in penalties and sentences that are, you know, exorbitant, fees that are, fines that are exorbitant. So it always ends. You know, it's always detrimental to yourself when you engage in acts of perpetration without consent. So I think don't do it. It will end in tears once again.
Thank you so much for that, Marco.
Okay.
Really, last word from you. I see you dwelling there.
on my part, my girlfriend always tells me this, because what I do is I find myself dropping off people late at night. Work situations or whatever it is, and she always tells me this, that always be careful that even when you're dropping off somebody, especially ladies, you have somebody in the car. Somebody is in the car to make sure that both of you are safe and nothing comes later on, because the story that if she accuses you of something, it's your word against her at the end of the day. And what that translates to is always protect yourself. Always value yourself enough to protect yourself. So the idea is that as men, we need to come to a point where we value ourselves so much that we protect ourselves even against our own egos and our own fellow men. You understand? You have to value yourself enough not to put yourself in a risky position by not adhering to consent and not adhering to all of these things. You have to value yourself enough to say no to a lot of things, because you value yourself. You have to let go of a lot of things. So for me, it's just that as men, I think we need to get to that point whereby we really value and respect and honor ourselves enough not to put ourselves in risky situations whatsoever.
Thank you so much for that. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Each and every point was so pivotal that you've mentioned, and I think we need more of these discussions right here on this platform as well. And then, of course, thank you for joining and tuning in as well. Get to share this video. Thank you so much to Regain Trust, Men Engaged Namibian Network, as well as the United Nations Population Fund. It is in turn our responsibility as a society to, like Malcolm said, make sure that whatever we see fit as law, to stand together as a society. I mean, not asking for consent from a woman, a mother, a sister, cousin, it could be yours. You will never know. So make sure that you join an organization that is currently fighting GBV as well. Like our page as well, Regain Trust. If you need help, the help is there. You can also get in touch with us as well. They say true liberation is the emancipation of the mind. So let's emancipate ourselves. My name is Adriano. Thank you so much.
Yes. Look, Neverland, never ever Neverland. Met the Christ and he turned me to a better man. When you die, tell me what's next, man. Christ is on the right, so I guess I'm on the left hand. Teach me how to duck, teach me how to duck it. Do your sin in public and then everybody does it. Do your thing for Christ and then everybody judges. But I'm in this for life, for me. Hate it or love it, Chacha Kalunga, you are amazing. I look at stars and I can't stop praising. Look at the sea, no look again. Who told the world that this is where you should end? Yes, greatness, greatness, Lord, you are greatness. How do you know all the different faces? How do you know the amount of my hair? How do you know what I needed to hear? No one beneath, there is no one above. No one besides that compares to your love. If I slip the cliff, Lord, it's you I would call. The fame of the world means nothing at all. girls thinking I'm the man. I used to bang, smoke, drink just because I can. Another Friday cups, okay, cool, here we go again. But you understand, life has different seasons, and with each season came with its own reason. Christ gave his life, he was on the cross bleeding. I kept walking away thinking I would never need him, but I need him. Who doesn't? Affected by his death. Who wasn't? You claim to be God, but you made nothing. Satan, you defeated, homie. Stop fronting. So where did love go? Where did morals go? This society we live in has become so cold. Will we live or die tomorrow, man? Nobody knows. That's why we're sending out this gospel. Go, go.
Vako mavu mwale makusuba Muna subu kaya doka mwene mwana chapi hakulusu Lelo dino mlemesa mambanja na zimbongo Maniga vatu anapo zimbongo kosi ya Hello, hello Hey, hello Hello, hey, hello, hello Abasa banka tande Hey, hello Hello Hello, hello, mama, natane, hello, hello, Yanjo Kamwe Yesu Tuleme samambanja Ayo tuleme sasimbongo Tunafutimbo ya lote Tunafutimbo ya noa Jambi yetu na nyewa Wenika mwivo jamuleni mavesi Elohi 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 Chabi ayanga Chabi kumutima weni ababala Omo munasubu Aye